Think about the greatest albums of all time. They were cinematic. They had long spoken word intros, massive beat switches, and 3-verse structures that actually told a cohesive story. They were built to last forever. But if you look at the charts today, something is deeply wrong. Songs are barely pushing 2 minutes long. The third verse is completely dead. Intros are gone. Albums are bloated with 30-plus tracks. And the music feels like it's engineered for a 15-second dance challenge, rather than a lifetime of listening. Fans love to jump in the comments and say that modern artists are just lazy, but they are completely missing the truth. Welcome to the channel. Today, we are exposing the fast food era of the music business. We are going to break down the exact mathematical formula that streaming platforms use, which literally forces your favorite artists to drop the quality of their music. We are going to look at how the TikTok algorithm hijacked the recording studio and why the album as an art form is being systematically dismantled for fractions of a penny. If you want to know why music sounds so disposable right now, you have to follow the money. To understand why the music is changing, you have to understand how the artists are getting paid. In the 90s and 2000s, if you wanted to hear a song, you spent $15 on a physical CD. The artist and the label got paid upfront, regardless of whether the song you loved was 2 minutes long or 7 minutes long. The economic format allowed for actual art. Enter Spotify and Apple Music. Today, physical sales are completely dead. Artists are paid per stream. And the average payout for a single stream on Spotify is roughly 0.3 of a cent. But here is the absolute catch. Spotify's algorithm counts a stream, the exact moment a user listens to a song for 30 seconds. Whether the song is a 10-minute lyrical masterpiece or a 1 minute and 30-second repetitive loop, it pays the exact same fraction of a penny. For major record labels, this changes everything. If you are a corporate executive trying to maximize profit, you don't want a 5-minute song. You want a 2-minute song that a fan can loop 3 times in the exact same amount of time. This is why the third verse was murdered. This is why cinematic intros are completely gone. If a listener gets bored in the first 10 seconds of a slow intro and skips the track, the label gets $0. So, the modern mandate is simple. Put the chorus in the first 5 seconds, keep the beat fast, and end the song before the listener has a chance to get distracted and hit skip. Quality is being sacrificed entirely for retention. Real quick, before we get into how social media completely hijacked the recording studio, I just want to pause and say thank you for watching. Putting these video essays together takes a massive amount of time behind the scenes. From researching the industry math to spending hours adjusting keyframes, building out kinetic typography, and color grading in Premiere and After Effects, just to make sure this visual experience hits right. If you appreciate the effort that goes into these deep dives and you want to keep exposing the truth about the music business, please hit that subscribe button. It's the absolute best way to support the hours of work that go into this channel. All right, back to the studio. Shrinking the songs to beat the Spotify math wasn't enough. The labels needed a new marketing engine. They needed guaranteed virality. 5 years ago, artists went to the studio to make a hit record. Today, artists are going to the studio to make a 15-second soundbite. Major labels have realized that the TikTok algorithm is the single most powerful tool on earth for driving Spotify streams. But TikTok doesn't reward slow, methodical storytelling or complex lyricism. It rewards high-energy, sped-up audio and catchy, memeable phrases. This has completely hijacked the creative process. Instead of focusing on the entire track, producers are engineering specific 10-second pockets of a song designed purely to be ripped for a trend. It has gotten so bad that massive, platinum-selling pop stars and rappers have publicly begged for help, taking to social media to expose their own management. They are literally being told by executives that they are not allowed to release a completed song until they manufacture a viral moment online first. The artist is no longer a musician. The major labels have turned them into full-time content creators. The music isn't the product anymore. The 15-second distraction is the product. So, the individual songs are shorter, and they are engineered for social media. But how do the major labels game the Billboard charts? They weaponized the album. A classic album usually sat perfectly around 10 to 14 tracks. It was all killer, no filler. Every song had a purpose. But remember the streaming math we just talked about? You get paid per stream. If you drop a brilliant, cohesive 10-track album and a fan listens from front to back, it generates 10 streams. But if a label forces an artist to drop a bloated, exhausting 35-track album filled with unfinished demos, repetitive beats, and filler tracks, and a fan leaves it playing front to back, that's 35 streams. The label just tripled their revenue off a single listener. Furthermore, the Billboard charts now factor in total streaming numbers to calculate album sales. By packing a project with 30 tracks, labels can artificially inflate their sales numbers, guaranteeing a #1 debut, even if half the songs are completely unlistenable. They are throwing everything at the wall just to see what sticks to a playlist. It is the definition of quantity over quality, and it is completely exhausting the listener. The modern music industry has turned into a factory. Labels are trapping young artists in a system that forces them to churn out fast food music, just to feed an algorithm that never sleeps. We are living in an era where the data is more important than the art. But as long as listeners continue to reward short attention spans and 30-track data dumps, the labels are going to keep serving the exact same meal. Hit the subscribe button if you learned something today. Drop a like and let me know in the comments. What is the absolute worst trend in the music industry right now? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.